Gemini, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. Happy spring equinox. We're on the horizon of the spring equinox. So exciting. I love this time of year. The weather is getting a little bit warmer. Well, in the northern hemisphere, depending on where you're watching this, but the weather is getting a little bit warmer. It feels exciting, hopeful. Spring is on the horizon, and we're moving into Aries season this week. Aries season gives us a chance, an opportunity to focus on ourselves. Focus on ourselves in a way that we're investing in ourselves, that we're finding ways to ground and stabilize, finding ways to really tune in and acknowledge what we want, how we want things to look, and then actually bring those into fruition. Right now, Mercury and Venus are in retrograde, so it is shedding a lot of light onto situations, people, dynamics, relationships that are in our life that are inhibiting that on some level. Whether it's a major to-do, whether it's forcing you to make some really big changes, or this is more just about little tweaks, right? It's going to be a little bit different. I think collectively we're in a time of a lot of change, and especially around people, situations that really haven't been authentically themselves or kind of hiding, or where we're starting to see how some of that toxicity is really affecting us in a negative way. That's why I like to start off these readings with an energy cleansing, just kind of set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. It's also a great way to cleanse out some of the limitation or blocks that you might be coming into. It's a really good time to set your own intention for the reading as well, especially if you have something on your heart, on your mind that you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over, be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer, a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation and what's going on for you, definitely hit me up. I also do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. So if you're looking for more of a rebalancing of your energy, a grounding within self, which helps us to make choices that honor who we are, that make us happy, that make us fulfilled, etc. Definitely hit me up. I would love to support. I would love to help in whatever way possible, Gemini. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, with that, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, let's get into it, Gemini. Sorry, that was a little smoky for me. I kept getting in my eyes. Good. It's good. It's like a lot of cleansing, and I'm hearing that almost as like cleansing your sight, right? Like cleansing your vision. And that's a lot of what has been unearthing itself in the astrology lately. We're finally kind of like getting a grip, getting a grasp on some of the things that we have been dealing with. And as we're moving into Aries season, we're feeling more empowered. That fire energy, that fire element is heightening in the collective. And so it's giving us an opportunity to find inspiration. Find inspiration around some of the difficult things that we're navigating. The vertex point is tensely aspected to North Node, Neptune, Venus, Mercury, the Sun, 100% with this shovel. So things are coming to head. Things are being forced. We don't like it. It's not fun. We're seeing things about people, about situations that they've tried to hide or cover up. And it's feeling a little bit like, what the, WTF. I'll use the acronym, right? It's feeling a little bit just like, what is going on? Or, I feel like someone has gone out of their way, Gemini, with you to hide the truth. And places that they have been hiding stuff, it's starting to stress you out because it's coming out in other ways. It's coming out in other ways where it does look like you put a lot of energy into kind of cleaning out your life, cleaning out your space, making decisions for yourself where maybe you're setting some boundaries with people, with situations, or even within yourself. Like, I'm not going to get involved in that because it's depleting my energy, type 5. You were very proactive about this, and I feel like you kind of came to a point where you felt good, but there's also some toxicity that is lingering that maybe you didn't even realize right off the bat. Maybe you thought it was something that you had to do for yourself because it was, quote unquote, your responsibility. When in reality, this is definitely showing someone something hiding the truth, hiding the reality, and putting a lot of pressure on you to think or believe whatever it is that they're saying. Right. And, everyone's situation is going to be different. Take what resonates, obviously, leave the rest behind. But it definitely feels like something that is being a little bit more exposed, or you're starting to feel just like really burdened, really overwhelmed by the work, okay? The work, the time, the energy that you have to invest into whatever this is. This is something that feels like it's never going to be enough. It's never going to be good enough, no matter how much you change, no matter how much authentic changing you do for yourself, showing up differently, working on yourself, creating boundaries. It feels like this thing is always lingering. And this is something that I feel like it's the beast within them is what I'm hearing. It's something about them within themselves that they have to unlearn, that they have to kind of work themselves out of. But at the same time, I'm not sure that that they will do that, I don't know. I mean, free will, life, things happen. I'm not a naysayer by any means. I'm a full believer that we can empower ourselves, that we can overcome anything. But it also is a choice. It's a choice of this person. And I feel like they're just having a really hard time. And I feel like either they use a lot of force, of control, a lot of anger, a lot of aggression. I feel like they might even be saying things to you that, I don't know, it looks like you're getting a lot of backlash. They're saying things to you that it feels inappropriate, is what I was going to say. It feels inappropriate, either over divulging information or letting their mouth run, just kind of saying whatever comes to the top of their mind. And you don't like it, right? You're not really vibing with it. I feel like, again, you're running around trying to be okay, trying to put out, quote unquote, put out fires for someone else. Fires that aren't even yours, but it's almost like these expectations, these standards that they expect you to live up to. And you're doing it for the sake of the whole. You're doing it because you want to feel happy. You want to feel grounded. And you've already done a lot of work, right, to change certain things so you can be in better alignment with this person, this situation. But again, something within them just doesn't want to give. Something within them just doesn't want to give. And I feel like this is not the side of themselves that they show people on the surface. I feel like this is some stuff that's hidden, because they do have this ability to be diplomatic and reserved and pulled back. But it's almost like, or it is like, when they speak, it cuts deep. And I don't know, like, for some reason, well, number one, I should say they don't think there's anything wrong with what they're doing. I feel like this is an energy that they are and will continue to engage in for some time. It's a dance that you will continue to do. Even though you're not like loving the dynamic, maybe you're forced to work or deal with this person because you're really putting forward a valiant effort, so to speak. Like, you're kind of giving them the olive branch. You're being really empathetic. We're seeing this a lot in the collective, in the readings, where like giving someone too many hall passes is what I'm hearing. But you're doing it for the sake of the whole, for whatever reason. Everyone has their own reasons. You want this relationship to work out. You believe in it. But this is, I don't know, like, you're just dealing with someone who's incredibly hard-headed and probably not gonna change anytime soon. Not to be a naysayer, but it just gives this vibe of like them being very stubborn, set in their ways, having a hard time to seeing how there's a disconnect. Saying that, I don't even know, like, I don't even feel like they're trying to appease you. I feel like they're just saying whatever they're saying. And very momentary decisions, gratifications. It's like they think of something and they do it. They think of something and they say it. And it feels a little bit like a game, or you're just getting all these different aspects of them. I don't necessarily see a lot of kindness. It feels rigid. It feels, well, you're definitely stressed about it. But this is worth it to you. It's worth it to you to see things through. It also feels like this is something that is ingrained within them. Yeah, 6 of Wands, their own victory, 7 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this is just someone who, or a dynamic that's just always going to be invested in themselves. I would say like 100%. I was going to say adjust expectations, observe and adjust expectations, right? So like just watch, understand who they are. It's going to help you, especially if you have to stay in this, if you want to stay in this to some capacity, it might be worth it to you. You might have to, whatever it is for you, whatever resonates. But I feel like the more awareness you can have around who and what this person is, the easier it's going to be to not be disappointed by them, right? To not be disappointed by how they react, how they operate, adjusting your expectations accordingly, right? Oh, sorry, Gemini. This is something that invokes a lot of fear. But I feel like at the same time, I'm hearing like making sure that you're not operating solely out of fear-based decisions, the pressure that this person's situation is putting on you. Spirit's asking you to detach for a minute, slow down, Feel your feels. What are those feelings saying to you about this? What is it uncovering? You know, we can work so hard to try to get someone's validation, affirmation. We have this idea, fantasy about who they're going to be in our life, how it's going to play out, etc. And sometimes it just doesn't happen that way, right? A lot of times it doesn't, unfortunately. And I feel like because this is showing that this is something that is ingrained in this person, there's always going to be back and forth. They kind of just meddle. I don't know, whatever this is for them, that's their stuff to kind of move through, right? But at the same time, Spirit's asking you to not let the fear control dictate how you respond or what you're actually willing to give to yourself, to invest in yourself, to validate yourself. Even if they won't, you can still validate yourself, right? And a lot of this is not being afraid of the feelings. These types of situations provoke a lot of uncomfortable feelings, but when we can sit with those, we'll better understand the burden, the difficulty, the stress. We'll better understand where the disease, the infestation is manifesting itself, and then make decisions, adjustments accordingly. I do feel like this is coming. I mean, here's the thing. You have the best intention. You have the best intention. I'm just also seeing, like, don't let the past, like, keep the past in mind. Let the past inform your present actions. It doesn't mean you have to cut it off, but maybe some readjustments are necessary for your own heart, for your own sanity. So thank you so much for your time, energy, always, Gemini. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear or just connect, share, and a little love, a little TLC, say hey, because I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. Know that I'm sending it back your way.